Been a long time since I've streamed. Excuse me. Chloe, give me a beer. Beer me, Chloe. You're a worthless dog. So yeah, hopefully I'm doing this right. Doesn't even look like YouTube streaming changed their way of doing things. It's been forever since I've actually streamed on YouTube. See if this works. Thought I'd don't want to get any work done, so I thought I'd play some Dota Auto Chess and rant with you noobs about Magic. Had to talk about with a lot of people today. This is some scary, scary times with Magic the Gathering, mainly due to this lawsuit just opening up what I consider Pandora's box with the just the whole realm of when big money starts to come into a hobby, it starts to get regulated. And I don't want it regulated. I don't think you want it regulated. I don't think we want to go to a living card game. I don't think we want to go to a lot of possibilities where this could go. Let me know if the game music's too loud here. Gonna turn it down on my end. So Dota Auto Chess. We'll play some Dota Auto Chess while we rant about Magic. So if you haven't played Dota Auto Chess before, this is what has been gobbling up a ton of my time lately. I am not a big fan of Arena. I think Arena is very, very... Well, Standard just sucks right now, and that's the only option you have on Arena. Draft is kind of fun, but drafting gets old. But Dota Auto Chess seems to be pretty fun. The more and more I play this game, the more I like it. So they just had a reset on the rankings. I'm a pitiful Knight 8 right now. It's kind of hard to get above Knight 8. Once you start getting the Bishop realm, you have to find private channels. Otherwise, it's the problem with when they make a game that has like an MMR, like a traditional matchmaking rating that is multiplayer based on variance. It's tough to play against randos and actually increase your ranking, because if you do terrible, your ranking just gets absolutely murdered. So we're gonna go the Mars strategy. Kind of got fed here with the Mars strategy. If you're not familiar with Dota Auto Chess, there's a bazillion people that stream this. What's the dude that took third in the Mythic Championship? Ceviches, whatever his name is, plays a lot of Dota Auto Chess. So does Amaz. Trump plays a ton of Auto Chess. I'm trying to think of some other big name MTG streamers they tried to lure over. Play a lot more Auto Chess than they do MTG Arena. It's funny, like a bunch of them, they'll play the sponsored Arena content and then go right back to Dota Auto Chess. So anyway, your questions are welcome. Your comments are welcome. Your concerns and complaints are welcome. If you hate Auto Chess, feel free to just be here for the chats. But it's kind of a fun game. What I like about Dota Auto Chess is it's very similar to a card game. It's a draft game. You draft your characters. They automatically play. That's why it's called Auto Chess. And you can do various strategies. You don't want to get married to your first strategy like it happens in MTG in drafting. You don't want to like pack one, pick one, and then stick with that. You want to stay flexible. So for example here, yes, I'm going into the Mars strategy. I'll talk about that in a second. So I could pick up Tusk and Tiny. So the best thing to pick up would be these three, because it leaves me open to going either mechs or Mars strategy here. So right now, I have a decent little Mars strategy. We're playing NPCs for one more turn, then we'll start pairing off against our opponents here. You can kind of check out where your opponents are going. This person's going mech, so I probably don't want to be going into mech. This person's going into, looks like, into orcs. And then no one else. Lots of mechs here. So I want to stay away from mech, actually. So there's a limited amount of characters in the pool to play with. So you want to be adaptable in this. What would be the worst case scenario is when MTG became regulated? Just what happens with regulated markets. We start getting taxed on everything, on every trade. There will be people reporting people for not paying taxes on a trade, or I mean, there's a lot of ridiculous things. You can't go trade diamonds to your neighbor without without it being regulated. That's my biggest concern, is that sort of nonsense being clamped down into the industry. So, how I'd personally distribute the Mythic Edition booster boxes, I would utilize player rewards. I think that those should be reserved for people that play the game a lot. What's happening right now with Mythic Edition is the majority of people that are trying to get their hands on them are people that can move capital. So you're finding people that don't even necessarily care about Magic. They're just trying to make a quick buck. So I think that they should utilize the player reward system and utilize game stores as an opt-in program to be their delivery mechanism. So basically, they say, okay, we're going to do 15,000 Mythic Edition booster boxes based upon people that are a certain player level reward. Make the DCI rating actually, or the Planeswalker points kind of matter, or at least the FNM attendance kind of matter again. And I do not like the strategy we're picking up, but I will go this. So still kind of flexible here.
Action hand.
We have Mars strat still going on. I'll explain that in a second if people actually care about Dota Auto Chess. So yeah, that'd be my strategy, was to actually utilize their strategic partners to have a distribution method that I think people would agree would be fair. The more you play, the more you get rewarded. The rewards are based upon, and I understand maybe some people don't have local game stores that they can actually play at. Well, maybe these type of products shouldn't be available to the casual, the people that you know, don't contribute to what I consider community. Now, maybe that's coming from my perspective where I am a huge... Do I need to turn this audio way down? Am I getting... Let's turn this down. I think the audio is way high there. Let me know. This whole YouTube has changed since the last time I streamed. But anyway, yeah, so it's all to be debated. What would be the best route to go, but to me that'd be the fairest way, the easiest way to distribute the product. So I have kind of a crossroads to go here. Now I got to see if I want to commit fully on the Mars strategy. So Mars strategy is this, basically this strategy here is you have the God passive ability. You can't have any other active passives. So you can't be running, like, if you have two mechs, you have this mech passive that gets active, and, whoops, that just throws Thruax back. So you can't run Clockwork and Tinker with Mars. So I'm probably going to lose this one because mechs are really tough to beat at the first. I actually might win this. That's crazy. Timber Saw 2? No, we're going to lose this. It's going to be close. But what makes the God strategy pretty good is it reduces cooldowns, and there are a lot of pieces that have really, really good cooldowns. So I'm surprised I actually won that. Let's actually get rid of a Tinker here so we can get the economy up. So casuals that don't have a DCI score because casuals events don't have placing, I don't know. Like player rewards, yeah, well, not DCI. You get Planeswalker points for doing casual events, I believe. And that's something that they need to actually implement then, is to have commander tournaments. I'm saying activity at your local game store should be what should be rewarded, in my opinion. Now again, I am jaded from a local game store standpoint. I'm an owner of a store. The vast majority of my Magic experience has been playing at local game stores before I owned a store. I decided to own a store because I missed playing at a store. All right, so what can we start transitioning in here without messing ourselves up? I'll try to pay attention to this and chat at the same time. What's up, Chad? Long time, Chad. How you been? So, yeah, I'll try to read the comments the best. Dota Auto Chess actually takes more concentration than than I thought it would by trying to juggle, which I actually have to do. I'm gonna lose this one, or am I? Look at that Lena go. I need to kill this Mirana before it shoots down the Lena. I think I got it off. All right, sweet. The problem is, like, you commit to this Mars strategy, the RNG is a lot higher than if you go into a different strategy that's more flexible. See, right now I'm getting pretty messed up with pieces. Like, I can't take the Shadow Fiend because it screws up the God, because demons have a natural ability, and so it will shut down the cooldown for Mars. So I think, and then this is still opening up to Troll Mechs. Troll Mechs is a good strategy. I don't know if the right route to go. I think I might want to keep my win streak alive and just throw a Slardar up here. I don't know if that's the right call or not. Huh. I've been good, Cinder Shadow. How have you been? Glad to hear that good old Chad has been good. League out of local teams is not the way to do it. Too many local teams are out there to make a buck. Yes, that's why they need to actually control it. Wizards needs to actually do some due diligence. That's why I'd say it would be an opt-in program where you have a list of DCI numbers that play at your store, and you have a like a commitment, like if you decide to hold that product, that it will be attached to the DCI number that actually wants it. Oh wow, this is miserable. Who's going to actually win this one? I'm going to win this guy with a faster cooldown. So this person's going God without the cooldown, and that's just a mistake. So you can see how my cooldown is a lot quicker. I just have a 20 seconds. I got to kill this person or I lose this battle. Ooh, it's going to be close. People that go Mars without going Mars just make me upset. I think I'm going to do it. 56 damage. Come on. Oh, the skin of my teeth. So yeah, so I agree. The corruption at the local game store level is absurd. They need to actually address that. But it shouldn't be punishing the game stores that do it properly by the game stores that don't do it properly. All right, so this is interesting. I wonder if Abaddon's just better than a Slar. Probably with him. Probably not going to go Tinkers anymore. We can just get rid of him. I don't think we need to worry about any other pieces here. So I don't know, you can kind of get the gist of how Dota Auto Chess. I guess I'll answer Dota Auto Chess questions if people actually have them. I won't talk too much about the game. What would be a good way to learn about Dota? Big fan of the channel. Watch lots of your market content. Depends. If you actually are into Dota, Dota's a MOBA. Online battle arena, whatever MOBA stands for. Dota Auto Chess is more like a card game. All right, so this sucks. I just lost my losing streak. The way this economy works in this game is by a win streak, not a losing streak. Is either by the income, you get 1 gold per 10 that you have at the end of a round, and it's also based upon your win streak or lose streak. So we just screwed up our win streak there, so that's a big setback. Juggernaut is out of the question here, but it's better than Axe. And I mean, we could still pair warriors. I'm going to grab this Abaddon and sell this Slardar so I can stay at 30 on the economy. Thanks, Cinder Shadow, for the 3K. So if you want to learn about Dota Auto Chess, I would suggest watching some Ceviches and some Amaz. They do daily content for Dota Auto Chess. They're pretty good content creators for Dota Auto Chess. There's plenty of them. It's a very, very hot game right now. There's 8 million active players, and the queues queue up very, very quickly. And it's free, 100% free to play. No skinnerware. There's nothing you have to pay for except for us. Are you kidding me? If I lose this, I'm going to be salty. Come on, get it off. Oh, Mars. I never lose the golems. I think I just positioned everything crappy because I'm not watching what I'm doing. Should have gone trolls. Trolls were definitely... All right, so let's go ahead and reposition so I quit losing. So you want to protect these mages. The only thing that's going to get around this is if they're assassins. Assassins will jump behind the lines. So a lot of times you want to kind of keep track of what people are going. It doesn't look like anyone's going assassins. Assassins are wide open. Looks like a lot of mechs still. Some beasts thrown in the mix. Hunter beasts. So I'm the only one going God, which is a very, very good sign for me. That means that we're not going to have a lot of competition for pieces. There's only 25 pieces total for the entire pool. And this is the person I just lost to, so... that sucks. So I need to find some pieces that upgrade. 3 pieces of a level 1 turn into a level 2 piece. And then there's different costs for the pieces. So, again, fun game. If you like Magic, I highly, highly, highly recommend going in or looking at Dota Auto Chess. Because I think Dota Auto Chess will be right up your alley. Especially if you like to draft. Yeah, I think it's a very, very... it's a very fun game. I want Timbersaw because Timbersaw works with the God strategy, so I'm going to pick Timbersaw up, and if we lose, I'll sell it, and let's get rid of Beastmaster here because I want my economy up to 50. Once your economy's up to 50, you're high income, and we're already on a pretty miserable losing streak here, so I don't care about keeping a win streak alive. So right now at this stage of the game, it doesn't matter to win. We need to transition over into the late game now. So. Yeah, any specific questions about Auto Chess? Or I play a fair amount of Dota, not as much as I used to. But this is definitely my go-to game at the moment. And we're getting wrecked. We keep going against this hybrid guy, which has a very, very good line at the moment. A very good endgame strategy as well. Arya's busy with what, Arya? What do you do with your life these days? So, back to Magic ranting, I guess. That's what people came here for. The yeah, just any questions you have. We can even do some finance questions. Oops, forgot to actually sell the timber saw, but I'm glad I didn't because we have a second timber saw. Why I like timber saw in this build is it's one of the best characters to actually match up with Mars, because you're not going to be either going goblins or mechs at any high quantities, and timber saw is just the easiest one to upgrade. The other two key pieces with the Mars strategy are Razor and Lena, because you're eventually going to want a Zeus, and then Zeus will allow you to have the Mage synergy, because the God synergy says that the God passive will not be active if there's any other non-God passives active, and Zeus is a Mage, so it will allow the Mage passive to trigger, which is really, really powerful with Zeus. So we're getting absolutely slaughtered here because we're pretty far behind, but our economy is the best out of everyone. We're in last place here. I haven't been paying attention too much to the mix of it. So my question is, what do you want to see with Magic? How would chat go about distributing the boxes if eBay is definitely not going to work? All right, so we have some options here. I'm going to grab Beastmaster. It's a pretty good piece here. We have some options either just to go for a level up our courier, which will allow us to put more pieces out, or we can go and try to find some better pieces right now. And I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to shuffle. This costs 2 every time you do it, so you have to be really careful with re-rolling because it does cost you. But we did find the Razor, which is one of the better cards to find. Looks like another Beastmaster here. Another Abaddon. I did sell another Abaddon, kind of wishing I would have kept an Abaddon. I typically don't like to pick up Abaddons because one of the key pieces with the Mars strategy is Necrophos, which is a $4 piece. So we kind of want to wait for Necrophos. Can't have a Necrophos and an Abaddon because they share a trait. So if that makes sense. But lost this one again. Jesus, do I have a losing streak? Yeah, I do have a losing streak now. That's the perfect thing to do with a losing streak, is barely lose, because you don't lose a lot of your life total. All right, so I'm going to try to upgrade some of these pieces so we can stop the bleeding. We got a Beastmaster. Beastmaster is an okay piece because Beastmaster shares a Orc synergy with one of the other key pieces for the Mars strategy, which is the Disruptor. So I don't know if I want to go all in on Clockwork right now. I'll give it one more reroll. There's Abaddon. Hey, got it off. All right. So still should be losing, but probably not losing as hard as we were. Oh, geez. I just didn't even realize this was an NPC fight. My positioning was terrible. I guess Lena doesn't care to die here. Okay, we're good. Yeah, we won this one. Hopefully we can get some decent items that work. So how does everyone feel about the lawsuit itself? Frivolous? Is there a point to it? I'm kind of mixed on the lawsuit. I think that it has some merit, but it's... mistakes happen on seller sites all the time. I think it's very loose to try to claim that there were damages. Obviously, the best route they can go is to claim that since they haven't refunded within a reasonable time period, that damages are just accrued from that money being sunk for this time period without being refunded. Ooh, there's Timbersaw. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So now we can get rid of Clockwork, because Clockwork kind of sucks. Clockwork's good in mech strategy. It's pretty terrible in Mars strategy. I don't know why I'm married to Mars strategy here. I probably should have switched. I'm the only one going gods, though. I should be okay. So unfortunately, I think we just lost our lost streak unless this Juggernaut kills all of our pieces, which it might. Nope. We got it. So we're out of our lost streak, which probably should have tried to maintain because I'm getting more gold that way. Yeah, the whole thing, Starfear, I agree with you. It's like there's a huge problem between PayPal, eBay, and Wizards here, and you have to really prove without a doubt that there was gross negligence, that the company wasn't trying everything reasonable to get the orders refunded. And I think that's where they're going to come across a problem. I think there's a lot of wiggle room with Wizards to say, hey, we've been trying. It's eBay. This thing is massive. It's tough to be able to refund such an endeavor in such a short time period and do it accurately. And the thing is, like, a lot of people say maybe the strategy is to get Wizards to avoid the bad publicity as possible and settle, but companies typically don't like to do that because that leads them up to, you know, more litigation in the past when they become easy targets. So we'll have to, and Hasbro has lawyers that are on payroll, so sometimes there's nothing better to do for there, and they can actually just bleed out the other, the people that are suing as the fees become more expensive. But the lawyer that's taking it up is he's doing it on his basically time clock because he thinks there is merit. And I think that's where the people that are going to screw the most is probably if this thing does settle, they're not going to get anything back because the lawyers will gobble up like 85-90% of the fees, and then people are going to be stuck with nothing. So they give Wizards a black eye, but they don't really get anything out of it. I'm going to keep re-rolling here. I do want to find like probably an upgrade to a Mars. So what piece don't we want? I think we can go away on the Beastmasters. We want to go to Disruptors. And don't need that Clockwork. But I do need to start transitioning. Look, I'm the lowest level by far. But sometimes you have higher pieces in your opponents. It's fine. Yeah, well, the damages, they have a little bit of legitimacy to damages. In potential, like, missed profit opportunity is damaged. You can claim damages on, like, a real estate venture that's gone wrong because of gross negligence, because of a contract that, like in this case, they're saying it's breach of contract. So there is potential loss damages that cases in the past have definitely been settled for less than this. However, yeah, it is kind of a stretch to, like, if they're going to take it to court, I doubt they'd win. But again, I'm not a legal expert. Even me claiming this on the internet is, people will be upset. All right, what can we find here? We have decent little pieces here. Kunkka's a really good piece in this strategy, but it doesn't work with Lena because they're both humans, and that shuts it off. We're going to lose this one bad. I'm not even paying attention to the game. I guess we're not in terrible shape here. We're down to 45% already, though, which is not where we want to be. Hey, we won this one. Where's this? This person's the last place person, though. If we can't beat the last place person, that's pretty bad. But yeah, again, highly encourage Dota Auto Chess. I was a naysayer. It was my brother that got me into this, saying I should check it out. I finally reluctantly checked it out, and oh man, this game is amazing. So I'm just gonna probably grab this and maybe get a Lena. And I think at this point we probably want to upgrade and put this other Mars in to give us some more tankiness to get these pieces. I probably should give my items to stuff. Lena's probably the best one to give the items to. And just give him Marza. We'll keep one of these. Actually, no, Razor is probably the right one because Razor's got a quick attack speed. Alright, we should win this NPC fight. Every 5 turns is an NPC fight. Oh, we should sell something, though. Probably not going to go deep on these Abaddons. I'll sell this one. Staff of Wizardry, not a bad item. But I don't know. The last few years I've been very, very disappointed with Wizards. With basically everything, even the design of the game lately. Like, that's the one thing I've been able to give Wizards a pass on, is I thought they done an incredible job with the design, but even I would say since Amonkhet I've been pretty bitchy about that too, with what I like to call the Sam Stoddard cards. Yes, Sam Stoddard no longer works with the company, but there's still sort of that philosophy of both Mark Rosewater and Sam Stoddard, creating very non-interactive cards. And it's led, like, I think this last standard was one of the worst standards in memory. I'm talking about pre-War of the Spark, so Ravnica Allegiance standard was just absolutely dismal. And it's because they pushed the strategies of both, like, burn and control to the limits, and it made it very hard for mid-range decks to compete unless they went way high value where they can actually mitigate the life totals and the control. And so then it led to the Hydroid Krasis type stuff, and it made it very, very tough for any other deck to compete in that meta. It was basically a 3-game meta. I guess you could kind of put Mono White in the mix there, but I don't like formats like that where it's tough to brew. I like formats that are more wide open. All right, so here I'm about to fail this, so I need to definitely start transitioning over. I'll take this last timber to the late game here. We need to find some late game pieces, so I'm not too happy with what I've assembled here. Definitely want to sell this Beastmaster once we find the other disruptor, but I've had worse pools and be able to come off. Getting very low on the life total though. How do I feel about penny stocking MTG cards? I love penny stocks. Penny stocks is one of the things that I love to spec into. The whole strategy with penny stocks though is you have to have an outlet to sell them. So sometimes they can go up at a reasonable price on buy lists. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes you turn that 25-cent card into $2 and the buy list never goes above like 18 cents. And so it's tough to feel good about that when you can't get out of the spec. That is a long stun. Wow, I thought we won that one. That was a long Miranda stun there. Do I think that Commander fixes the upcoming Commander 2019 products? Probably. I think they'll put more reprint equity into it. That's all they were missing. All right, we need to find another piece here that works. Kind of want to pick up that Lone Druid, but nope. There's another Lena. Do I go deep? Well, we're not going to be using... I'm just going to go ahead and put 2 disruptors in here. Probably a bad idea. But I want that other Lena. And we have to go... This is the last loss that we can afford to lose. And then we have to go crazy on trying to find our last pieces. So this is going to be probably a quick loss with this Dota. That's when you go the Mars strategy. It's go big or go home. You either win pretty resoundly or lose pretty terribly like this. Like we go out second, which is horrible for NMR. People have been talking about the Nicol Bolas Jace Cunning Castaway brew for a while. I don't know if it's necessarily original. I mean, it's a cool idea if you can get it to work. More power to you. All right, what do I still need here? I need to use the hotkeys. Hotkeys never work in this damn game though. So the one problem with like this is the use map settings, and so there's a lot of issues with the game of how it runs. Jeez. Don't know if I care for trying to get an Abaddon 3. Abaddon 3 is pretty tough, but not where I want to be. I probably want to start leveling to try to find a Zeus. We have our tanks, but we need to get them to level 3, probably. That's stun on the Lena every time. Hey, I think we're going to get it this time. It's going to be close. So close. Ah, caught the stun off again. All right. So here's the end game. We basically have no room for error here. Yep, I gotta find a there's a perfect one in this form of disruptor. Let's move this up. Where are we getting beat? I think I want to switch the... Oh wait, this is an NPC fight, so we're okay. This one I need to spread out. Yes, this is one that I need to spread out. Oh, there's Necrophos. I'm going to go ahead and take these. Kind of kills my economy here. Oh, I don't need to spread out. This is still the Wild Wings. But this week on the Rogue Roundup, I am going to choose some penny stocks for sure. There's some good ones in Standard that I think are going to go up. So be looking for that later tonight when I decide to get off my ass and do some work. Or Thursday for sure. All right, so we need to find Alchemist Snope. We need to find a piece that actually fits. There's Mars 3. Awesome. That's a very good upgrade. All right, so that's pretty good. We'll put those out. Kind of spread here so we don't get the AoE damage. Still think I need to go for it, though. Kind of ruined my economy. There is... Whoops, don't have my auto. Oh, there's 2 more Lenas. Now I should actually just level. Huh. But yeah, we are getting wrecked here. Come on, get off, Disruptor. That was a horrible polymorph. That Disruptor just wrecked us by not getting off the... Hey, at least we killed one more before we took the damage. Almost would have won that. Disruptor was so slow. Maybe I need to put Disruptor on the front line and give this Mithril Hammer to someone. So I can either level up to get another one of these Razors out that gives us some more DPS. Techies is interesting. I don't think we can go Techies, though. So I think I'd rather have this lineup here. So give another frontliner in the form. I'll do that. Who has the items? Probably like this, I would assume. I could lose here, though. Let's go Techies. Kunkka, Abaddon, Timbersaw we need. So I'm just going to go for broke here. Try to find whatever I can find to upgrade as many pieces as possible. And I think we're toast here. Nope. Might win this one. It's going to be close because Assassins can just snowball. Be close. Okay. Mars 3 versus the Bounty Hunter 3, huh? I'm just going to lose this due to time. All right, gives us some time to kind of flip through here. Man, probably could have found a... All right, one more Lena. Everyone pray for Lena. Tidehunter. I definitely do want to Tidehunter. I don't know if I'll have time to actually do anything with Tidehunter, though. Necrophos. Great. There it is. There's Lena 3. Well, hopefully this can actually... Because we can't lose another battle. At least we can't lose a big one. Thoughts on Narset's Reversal? I think I called Narset's Reversal in one of them. Commander, it's good spec, and it's also pretty good for Legacy. Legacy, I think it will find a home. Hey, we actually won that one. See if we can come back. That was the worst rated person, though. And I killed my economy to get us here. So, Disruptor, Dazzle, Venomancer. What do I need here? I don't think that we're going to be going into Techies. So, there's Necrophos. That's a good one to pick up. Unfortunately, we need another... we need another level to throw another person in. Can't go into Enigma. Yeah, if I'm going to win this, I need to get to 9 to find a Zeus. Good news is we have a decent tank. We have a decent DPS going on. Will Grixis be tier 1? Most people are going on Esper or Sultai right now in Standard. I don't know. I don't play a lot of Magic anymore. I play a lot of Dota Auto Chess. I can answer your questions for Dota Auto Chess. But I've been playing a little bit of Arena. Really liking Dimir. Like, I think Dimir tempo is very, very well suited, especially for best of 1. Have I sacrificed my child for the level 1000 compendium? I have not even purchased the compendium this year because I don't play a lot of Dota. I've just played a lot of Dota Auto Chess, so there's no point to buying a compendium. Why'd I ruin my economy to get there? Alright, so this is an NPC fight where I have to spread out. And we don't want Lena to get targeted. So these ones can be... Yeah, that's probably good. But we are not in good shape for the future. I'm just trying to hold on to maybe beat a couple more of these, but man, 67% left. Yeah, we've messed this one up. What do we need to find? I think I just didn't manage my economy properly. With this particular Livewire Lash. Livewire Lash for Feather. Is it where it gives an infect and then whenever it takes damage, it deals damage back to a target? Is that what Livewire Lash does? That's pretty good if you're actually targeting Feather with a bunch of like 1 damage, 2 damage spells for sure. So I still can't level here. I need my economy. Oh, we just got a Kaya. Where does Kaya want to go? Probably there, because that's the one that's going to be spamming it out the most. Oh, I probably should put on Disruptor. Uh-oh. No, didn't move over. Forgot all about, Oh, got it off. Wonder if that positioning's actually worse, though. All right, Disruptor, I need you to get the ult off quick. There we go. That's a beautiful Disruptor ult. Close. This can be close if we take 13%. We probably lost this one. Our thing got doomed. Yeah, this is over. No Sinkelet Medusa. Oh, 2%. All right. Well, we didn't fail fully. Get two items off of this. That's nice. Where do we want the items, though? I still think leveling up, if we can level up, is probably the smart thing here. All right. Do we have to give up on Timber? That sucks. So, probably want Lena right there. Still just load up Lena. Load up Mars here. Yeah. See if we're dead. Oh, that's the... All right, I need Tide to hit. Tide hits. Okay, we need Disruptor to hit. Disruptor hits on good target for sure. All right, we won that one. Not bad. Is this even chess? This is Dota Auto Chess. It has nothing to do with chess at all. Just a chessboard and Dota characters. It has more to do with more of like a card drafting game is how I'd consider it. I definitely want that Timber Saw. We can find 2 Timber Saws or 2... Yeah, we're pretty much screwed here. I'm just trying to hold on for dear life. I kind of want that Razor, but it's probably too far away. So we just need this Davis Cakes and this Hybrid X to lose before we do. I wasn't even noticing if we beat the other people. We were just too slow to get this economy down. We needed a Zeus, we needed a Razor 3, probably needed a Tide 2, and we needed a Timber Saw 3 for this strategy to work. Fairly good ults by... Yep, that's it. We lost. So there we have it. There's our first game with it. What is Zach looking at? For what? Cards for what? $1's fine. We'll watch this, see who wins this last one, and I'll try to get to your comments here. So, yeah, the Starfleet, this has a little bit of a tower defense. Do you ever play Legion TD? Legion TD is where it kind of reminds me of, but these ones it's really well done. I think what's always, like... What's always made those games never become mainstream is there was some sort of huge hole in the way that they were created. Like, both with... their Winter TD got very, very popular in Warcraft 3, and so did Legion TD. That was one of the biggest tower defenses. They got extremely popular, but they lost their luster pretty quickly because you would figure out the best strategies. Most of the time you're going against NPCs on those particular games. Dota Auto Chess is very, very well done. It's very well balanced. There are a lot of different strategies you can go, and it's all about synergies, and it's a card drafting. You're drafting against or a piece drafting is how you'd call it. You're drafting against your opponent, so if you come over here and see them going a particular strategy, you probably want to go a different strategy. There's a lot of RNGs in this game, very similar to other variants games, because you could have a good strategy and you could just never find that particular piece that puts it all together. One of the games that is barely played had an early 2 techies, for example, very early, and got to level 10 before anyone did, and never saw another techies, and no one had purchased the techies. So statistically speaking, I should have been able to roll and find that 3rd techies piece. If you're familiar with this game, Techies is incredibly overpowered if you get a Techies level 2. But nonetheless, it's very, very fun. So I am a limited player at heart for Magic, so I play a lot of drafts and sealed, and so that's where I prefer to play Magic. It's kind of funny that I'm called the Rogue Deck Builder because I used to like to brew decks. A little bit of story about that is I really got into deck building when they switched the DCI rating over to Planeswalker points. And when they did that, I could no longer... You had a limited rating and you had a constructed rating. And I had a very, very high limited rating. I think I was top 10 in the state of Utah for limited. And when they switched it over to Planeswalker points, it just mattered on what like tournaments you played in. And therefore, I just saw the writing on the wall. I'd have to start playing Constructed. So I started playing Constructed, and then I got sick of, you know, net decks and tier decks and people complaining about me playing a non-tier deck. That was the big thing. And then I decided to start Rogue Deck Builder, and that's where I started playing a lot more Constructed. But at heart, I'm a limited player. I like the limited nature of Magic. Loving Draft for War of the Spark at the moment. Didn't like the sealed format, but the draft format was pretty fun. And yeah, so Dota Auto Chess is right up my alley. You start with a clean board. Everyone starts with a pool of pieces, and you just draft. You draft the pieces you want. Try to assemble an army. It's called Auto Chess because it's automated. You don't have any, you know, lag or skill or anything like that needs to be put into actually playing the characters. All you need to worry about is proper positioning and proper synergies. And so for that reason, I absolutely love the game. So yeah. So Sean, it is very important to know the strategic ways to lay pieces out, especially when it gets down to about 3 players. You need to see where they're positioning their characters to know how they're going to line up, because that has a lot to do with it. You just can't disassemble what you think is the best. There is strategy to it. There's definitely good positioning and bad positioning. I absolutely had horrible positioning in this this game, so I've been trying to check out chat and talk and stuff like that. So yeah, Dota Auto Chess is taking off. Like Amaz and Ceviches, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I've only seen him on the Mythic, the Mythic channel. He took 3rd. They'll play Dota Auto Chess all day long. The only time they'll play Magic is when Wizards sponsors them to do so. As far as stream numbers are concerned, I believe Dota Auto Chess is outperforming Magic. Don't quote me on that. You'd have to go and check and see Twitch and the other streaming venues to see so. But yeah, there's a ton of content out there for Dota Auto Chess. It's fairly fun to watch. Like, at least things go boom bang. I don't know. I don't know as a viewer. I do consume a decent amount of auto chess content from like a Moz. Our rating got killed this time though. I'm gonna go down to what, like a Knight 5? We'll have to see here. Knight 6. Ugh. But the biggest problem with auto chess right now is you'll see this is a pain to get a game of auto chess. Because sometimes you get stuck in this what we call the Quay hell, or the Q hell, not the Quay, like my internet accent. So where you get stuck with like this will try to keep finding you a server like in Peru or somewhere in Asia, and the lag is just too terrible to connect, and so you just get stuck trying to find a game for 50 minutes. But well, MTG Filipino, I don't know. I haven't liked the game for a while too. Like, I'm a huge Dota fan, huge Magic fan, and those have stayed pretty consistent for a long time. And Dota Auto Chess is the first game I think I've really gotten into since Dota. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, Starfear, if you don't know anything about Dota, you're fine to do Dota Auto Chess. Both, I believe Amaz and Ceviches did not play Dota. In fact, Amaz was kind of learning the items. Like, if you know the characters and the items from Dota, a lot of them have overlap into Dota Auto Chess because they use the Dota characters in Dota Auto Chess. So they have typically one of the abilities that they had from Dota. They don't have all 4, but they have one. And so that's pretty easy to figure out those type of character combinations and abilities. Other than that, you don't need to know a lot of information as far as just see, it had a failed connection to whatever garbage server we tried to connect to. I wish that this is what's frustrating talking about companies. Valve is stupid right now. The whole fact that Valve has not picked up Dota Auto Chess, have not tried to actually implement that into Dota itself, have not just completely either hired or bought out the creator of this, it just baffles me. There's 8 million active players in Dota. There are more or Dota Auto Chess. There are more active players in Dota Auto Chess right now than in Dota, or it's something like 40%. It's pretty close to actually taking over Dota. And it's kind of the same thing that happened with Warcraft 3. Dota is where Warcraft 3 was, or Warcraft 3 was where Dota was born. and Warcraft Blizzard failed to capitalize on what was more popular than their own game. And it led to League of Legends, it led to Hero of Newerth, and then it eventually led to Dota 2. And, I mean, this could have been Blizzard's baby. They could have been the ones making a ton of money off of Dota, not Valve. And so I hope that Valve can hurry and pick this up. Otherwise, we're probably going to see this in a different venue with different characters, because it is such a massively popular game. But you don't really need to care too much about how the characters attack. They all have attack rate. They all have ability or static traits like their armor and their health. It's very typical to any MOBA, or not even any MOBA, any tower defense at that point. Even Magic. Magic has its, its health, its attack. And again, there's not a lot of like precision. You have to be like, I typically am not the greatest at games like first-person shooters or even Dota, to be honest, because I don't have that reaction speed that is required. And living in rural Utah, I've never really had that latency-free connection, which makes a big deal on these type of games. So Dota Auto Chess is something I can sit back. I play it while looking at the MTG market and things like that. It's pretty easy. But I agree, Miss Lewith. The standard is pretty good right now. I'm just still burnt out from Ravnica Allegiance Magic Standard. That was an awful, awful, awful season. I mean, I did not care to even... I didn't play Arena for like 3 months, I believe. So I'm missing most of the Ravnica Allegiance cards on Arena, and I'm missing most of War of the Sparks. I haven't played enough. I'll play my games. There's just something with the Arena client, too, that leads to such an unsatisfactory experience. Like, I just get angry playing MTG Arena. And it's something I don't want to just make myself in that state with Magic. So I decided to take a break from Arena, and I'm enjoying playing in paper Magic. Had a very good turnout the pre-release. We actually sold out one of our pre-releases and came close to selling out the other. What I mean by that is we didn't have any more room for people actually in our store. So we cap about 30 people is all we have room for, which is, pretty good for our store. Yeah, Ravnica Allegiance was just... ugh. At least we have some tools now to beat Mono Red and tools to beat Teferi. All right, so this is... okay, so here's something I'm going to explain with Auto Chess here. I could lock this pool and be able to secure 2 axes. Axe isn't one of my favorite characters, though. Sometimes I like to wait to see where other people are going. So someone's picked a Mars, someone's picked another Mars. So the Mars strategy is probably off the... 3 Marses. So I want to go as far away from Mars strategy as possible. And I think just picking an axe is fine. I'm not going to lock, though. I could lock and have another axe, but I'm not sure if that's... well, we have Tusk Axe. I think I will lock and get this pool back so it doesn't refresh. Yeah, George, Game Grade and Lehigh was crazy. I thought that, yeah, they had... wasn't it in the 130s they had? I mean, they have that huge area to play in. And huge fan of Jordan, who owns Game Grid Lehigh. Very nice guy. We go way back to the good old Epic Puzzles and Games days before he ventured off. He actually was part of Epic Puzzles and Games. His store was called Epic Puzzles and Games Lehigh. And then when Epic Puzzles and Games in West Valley sold their franchise, he went and franchised with Game Grid. I don't know why Jordan hasn't just tried to do his own branding. But to each his own. Maybe you want to do an established branding. So Warriors actually is one of my favorite strategies to go on this on Dota Auto Chess. They have a really good synergy that scales well. So the Warrior synergies, you have 3 friendly Warriors, you have +5 armor. If you have 6, they have +7. And if you have 9, you have +9. And those stack. So it would end up being +21 armor, which is huge. So if you go anything like Hunters or Assassins, they literally don't do any damage. Your only big hole is going to be Mages. Mages are going to be what beats the Warrior strategy. So if people go heavy into Hunters and Assassins, you're clear to just go Warriors. And the thing that is really good about Warriors is, like I said, they scale incredibly well. They're good early game, they're good mid game, and they're good late game. So I'm just going to pick these 3 up, and we'll go ahead and get the Warrior synergy right now. This will give us the +5 armor. We have one more NPC fight before we start fighting humans. Nice, George. I miss the Salt Lake area. I do. Richfield's tiny. If I was if I was still young, I definitely would not like to be in a small town. But as an old grumpy man, I kind of like the small town feel. The ability not to have to deal with people all day. And yet I'm in sales, sort of.
We did it, little rock.
Oh, so let's see what we got here. All right, so this is huge. We have tiny, tiny, tiny. So this means no one's going into tiny. We get a level 2 on turn or round 4, which is good. So let's just swap these around. Tiny is one of my least favorite characters because Tiny ends up being a non-bow a lot of the times. Don't think I'm gonna be going Mars. Like, yeah, someone's got an upgraded Mars there. Nope, it's still level 1. But these people are definitely fighting over Marses. They're taking my stuff too. Ah, this doesn't even work with Mars. When are these people gonna learn? It doesn't even hit the ability. Or does it? Oh yeah, he's got 2 demons. Yeah, it deactivates their ability. But then their demons don't get the plus either. Thing with the demons is you can only have 1 demon, or otherwise it gets rid of their 50% attack. See, Tiny's just lost me the game here probably because Tiny threw. Nope, we should be okay. Never mind. I'll quit whining. Tiny sometimes throws the character it's attacking back away, and then they either heal like it does there. They heal, or then Tiny will go change targets to something with full life, and it'll lose because of Tiny. So Tiny drives me insane sometimes. So again, you don't want to commit too early, but this is a pretty good commitment because we have 4 warrior pieces at the moment. Probably don't need timber. I think this tree ant would be better than going into timber. Don't want to lock other people out of timber though. I'll probably sell this and just take the tree ant.
Dr. Clinker.
But we're in pretty good shape. Don't want to give these items to any of these characters because they're all pretty low level characters. Oh, had someone rage quit already? Didn't even notice. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed this game because I mean it kind of melded together 2 of the best, or 2 of my favorites, which is Dota and kind of a CCG feel, or at least a drafting feel. So it's nice. It can be a mindless game. It can be a. I'm gonna lose this one just because it's regen on. Oh wow. Yeah, the Goblin ability early is what's giving this regen. Is pretty broken. So I need my jug to actually spin here. There we go. It's gonna be close. Oh, got it off. All right, barely won that one. So I do want to keep my win streak alive, so we're gonna try to spend money to try to find some bigger pieces. Funny, I could find a Tinker here. You know what? Tinker might be good enough to get me. Let's go ahead and sell this and level this up. I don't want to keep this Tinker long term, but it's going to be another level 2 piece. The thing I like about level or dollar pieces, you can sell them right back for how much you paid for them. So I could sell this Tinker for 3, and I paid 3 for it. So it's not a net loss. But whereas if I were to upgrade a $2 piece to a level 2, I can only sell it for 4, so I'd be net down 2 gold when I sell it. So this is going to be a close one. I think we're going to get this. Now the Tinker's going to, it's going to kill down. Or not. It'd be really close. All right, they're going to focus on the Mars now. I think we should be good. Barely. So I'm glad I upgraded that piece so we can keep my win streak alive. That's the most important thing now. What do you think about trying to invest in emerging formats like Brawl and now Oathbreaker? What is Oathbreaker? You have to explain Oathbreaker again. Someone told me once what it was. I do not like investing in formats unless Wizards of the Coast 100% backs them up. So let's see here. This is just strictly better than this, I would say. And then I want to keep this druid. The druid's actually pretty decent for now. If we can pick up another piece. Do I care? Medusa is a really good character, just not early. I want to get rid of this Tinker as quickly as possible. Right now it's just a level 3 piece. Yeah, Brawl, I mean, Brawl Eve is a format that Wizards is actually endorse, but it's something that rotates too quickly. The card pool's not big enough, and the rules are absolutely dismal, in my opinion. They should still try to do like a 100-card deck, not a, what is it, a 60-card deck? It just gets so repetitive. Every Brawl format they've made has been completely imbalanced, with Barrel being the big boogeyman the first time they did it. Ay, ay, ay. So I think we're just going to pick up a demon here. I'm gonna let go the yeah, so I'm gonna actually buff this. Do I need this Tinker now? Yeah, I want to keep my win streak alive. So we're gonna level up. Sometimes you don't level up because you want to go for economy, but I'm already getting 2 win streak bonus. It can get all the way up to 3, which is a lot of times more lucrative than trying to get your economy up. So I want to guarantee I keep it. Oathbreaker is a commander variant that has planeswalkers and commanders with a signature spell. Lifetime is 20, and it's a 60-card signature. Again, it'd be something that would need to be supported or to have to see like huge community reaction to it. A lot of content creators creating content, but you can even see that like content creators have supported other formats in the past. It's been very tough for them to actually move on the market. So I'm a little bit hesitant. I'll stick to my bread and butter. Not saying there isn't potential for those type of stuff. I'm just saying the potential of looking at commander specs and looking at modern specs is just so... It's already such a environment with clear patterns. There's enough. I mean, I'm never at a point where I'm like, I'm out of stuff to invest in. What should I do? No, I could still find 100 cards right now that I could sink money into. So it'd have to be something that would really be a community grassroots thing that led to an explosive growth. Uh-oh, this one's gonna be close. Good thing those wolves jumped and grabbed that Shadow Fiend. Oh yeah, Wizards isn't going anywhere with their wokeness now. What was the top upvoted comment the other day was about recyclable packages, and then people were like, well, they tried that and it was the biggest failure ever when cards came out moderately played due to the cardboard packaging. Ay, ay, ay. That's not even the wokiest of things. Alright, so this is an NPC fight. I could probably give up. I don't want to give up anything. I could give up a Tinker here to get my economy up, but I think Tinker's still doing a pretty good job. I just pick up a Timber Saw to make the... Do I need to go Warriors?
Don't touch me.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can actually get rid of Jug at the moment. I think that's a better synergy. Still probably want to transition over to Warriors. Mechs does seem open, though. And Warriors doesn't seem open. So I might need to transition over to Mechs. This person's going pretty heavy into Mechs, though. I'm pretty deep into Warriors, though. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Could Force of Will get a reprint in Modern Horizons? I don't think they're bringing Force of Will to Modern, personally. I could see it going either way, to be honest.
Wolf in man's clothing.
But let's give Tinker a little boost here. Probably end up selling Tinkers eventually, so okay, giving a chainmail to Tinker to... I like using Tinker as a frontliner. Typically people don't use Tinker as a frontliner, but it takes forever for Tinker to get mana. You get mana in 2 ways. A, by doing damage, and B, by taking damage.
Enchanted, I'm sure.
So I like Tinker soaking up at least some damage. And see how everything's jumping in front of Tinker? So Tinker's going to take forever to get that big burst damage off, which is quite substantial. We should have won this one, though. Yeah, we'll win this one. Maybe not. Tinker needs to get off this other one. Nope. Be close. My poor win streak. Womp womp. Okay, that's a huge setback. That is a huge upgrade, though, in the form of a Shadow Fiend and in the form of an Axe. So I think we will transition over now back over to Warriors.
Axe grows
So
stronger.
we can get rid of... I'll keep Tinker here still. Or... yeah, we'll keep it for the second here. We'll probably be looking to transition away from Tinker. What's my favorite Planeswalker in War of the Spark? Probably the dog. The one that puts pluses on counters. Why can't I think of the name of the... That's the one that has the most synergy potential. I still need to do a top 10 cards that I want to brew with from the set, which a lot of them people have already brewed decks with. I'm late to the party, and I'm playing Dota Auto Chess rather than getting work done. But yeah, that's the one that I like the most. It's the most fun I've had in draft in a green-white proliferate deck. Is definitely with having a couple of those in the list. As far as the most powerful, Narset seems to be like Narset's going to take over as far as the most relevant and the most powerful commander of the set. All right, we're going to get rid of Timber here. And I'm going to actually readjust. This is getting kind of scary how. Let's protect the Shadow Fiend. Something like that's probably fine.
Enchanted, I'm sure.
Sorin is all right. I mean, I've had some good experiences with Sorin. I've definitely been beat by Sorins. But as far as fun or favorite, I like cards that can... Like, Sorin's just a great utility card. It's not really fun, I would say. But having a synergistic card like the Green Dog... Oh, why can't I think of the name of that? The one that came out of the Chinese duel deck.
Juggernaut stands ready.
Oh, someone put out Zhang Yang Yu. There we go, or Zhang Ying, however you pronounce it. Alright, so now I think it might be time to give Tinker up. Yeah, I'll put me back over the... Alright, that way we can give the Chainmail. Something like that's good. Not the dog itself. Yeah, definitely the Planeswalker, the Zhang Yang Yu, is my favorite one. And again, it's not that relevant of a card. It's not like warping the format or really going into many deck lists. It has seen play. There have been a couple 5-0 finishes that have utilized it. But it's just a fun... I like +1 counters, especially when it leads to generating mana and ramping up. Some of my favorite decks ever have been through strategies that do that. Good old Westvale Abbey back when the Cryptolith Right deck was out, and then Cryptolith Right was replaced with the Aether Revolt one that had the same ability as Zhang Yang Yu. Well, that's a bad pool. We're finding Mars is like crazy. So I think now we'll start transitioning over to late game. I could start rolling to find the rest of my warriors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like pick up a warrior. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have 5 of them. So we do want to level this up and get one more warrior. We need Kunkka. Kunkka's the warrior we need, and that's going to be a level... usually at level 7, level 8 is where you start picking up $4 pieces. This is your rates of getting the pieces. So I have a 7% chance of finding a level 4 piece, and 30% on a $3 piece. And oh man, I'm gonna lose this because I wasn't paying attention. This is an NPC fight. Positioning is terrible. It could be okay. Yep, I'm actually okay on this one. We need a troll as well. So what is this one combined with? Anyway, what was I talking about? Gideon Blackblade. Pretty decent card. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. Gideon Blackblade is an aggressive card that then has a relevant ability later on. Who's holding up the line here? Are we having a Mars fight? Yep, we're having a Mars fight. Pretty disappointed last time in the Mars. Felt like we had a pretty good pool going for us. Look at all these Marses that have gone our way. We could go for a level 3 Shadow Fiend, finally find another Tusk. But I think I will start rolling. Oh, geez. Another Shadow Fiend. Definitely Shadow Fiend is probably better than the Beast. Yeah, that's probably better right now. I'll give it one more. Dragon Knight, Medusa, Necrophos. So we missed all of them. Oh, found the Lycan upgrade though. Need a Kunkka for our strategy. Well, that didn't melt very well. I thought they were all going to melt when all of those activated. All right. See if we can kill a couple more of those. Nope, lost that one. That was my own bad, though. Go ahead and keep our economy up. We're playing some Dota Auto Chess, Jonathan. Welcome aboard.
Deeps, I rise.
All right, see if we can roll into another Shadow Fiend here. And then we'll start leveling up if we don't. Oh, want to Doom? I do want to Doom, but I have Shadow Fiends. Maybe for later. We'll let it go. Probably should have kept it. Thing is, you don't have room for Shadow Fiends and Dooms. Should win this one, though. This one seems like an easy fight. Still quite up, high up here on the both live total and leaderboard. It seems like a pretty easy game compared to last time. There were two people that kind of dipped out early. So the pools have been quite wide open, and I don't think anyone's really fighting. This person's fighting me for some pieces. Yeah, everyone's going warriors. Whoops. Probably should have transitioned over. Trolls are up, found it. Awesome. So we have two Shadow Fiends. And we can put back in the Beast. Let's see, there's another Jug.
Stands ready.
I'm just gonna start rolling for pieces. Tiny, I don't know if we care about getting up to a higher. That's fine.
For the quarry.
So we have Beast Synergy and Warrior Synergy, but not Warrior Synergy all the way up. Shadow Fiend 3 is amazing too, by the way. Should I give these probably want to give this to Alex. Ghosty's the number 2 person. We beat Ghosty. You can kind of check over here too, where we just took this blank person down by 8. So 16%, which is pretty huge. All right, we get a upgrade on a Tiny. That's good. So I don't know if I want to transition to level 8 to pick up another piece. Probably don't need the Beast Synergy. Yeah, let's try to finish one of these off. Now we do want it.
Ready for a fight.
And, Tiny first one there. And throw the axe here. Now we're pretty good. Finding most of our pieces here, we got good damage. A lot of times when you go warriors, you need to find the DPS to back it up, and there's very few characters in the game that dish out as much damage as Shadow Fiend. So yeah, we are good to go here. We're going to terribly level 2 without items, though. Barely actually won this one. That's number 1 guy at the moment, though. Yeah, I think I'm going to roll to try to find... Oop, there's an IO. That's a good piece. And there's a Shadow Fiend. So we need one more Shadow Fiend for another level. Another IO? I definitely want to make room for another IO. What are we the furthest away from? An axe? Because other people have axes? Am I going to be running Slardar? Or am I going to be stopping at 6 warriors? Probably going to be stopping at 6 warriors. I'm going to go ahead and sell the Slar. So IO is interesting because IO can... 3 IOs turn into an IO level 2, which then can turn 2 level 2s into a 3. Oh no, I didn't want Morbid Mask. Maybe I'll just disassemble it unless I get a troll. Actually, this can go on Tiny. Morbid Mask could definitely go on Tiny. Morbid Mask silences the person it's on, so then you can't use it. Alright, yeah, we want that Shadow Fiend. We're going to roll for that. There's Kunkka. We found the Kunkka.
Shove off.
Alright, perfect. Templar Assassin, Maiden. There's another Axe. I do want to get up to Axe, but... yeah. Can't really utilize... neither one more Tiny. I'm going to go ahead and give the Mask of Madness to the Tiny. It's probably the better place to put it. Because Tiny's ability, like I said, can sometimes be a non-bow, so getting rid of the toss is fine. It does do a lot of damage, but often that's an attack that it tries to do.
There's never been such a victory.
So far, so good. Now we're in second place. See who can give the... still don't need anyone to Void Stone or Robe. Robe might be able to go to the... let's see here. Doom. Too far away from Doom now. Tusk, Tusk, Tusk. Ugh, I do want a Tusk, not... crazy, we can't find the last piece we need. I'm gonna give it one more. Ugh, we just wasted a ton of money there, rolling. Probably shouldn't have. Probably start to transition over to level 8 so that I can get up to the, finding another Kunkka. Getting a Kunkka upgrade would be huge. Should win this one, though. This seems like a pretty easy one because it's, slow damage. And we're a tanky deck, so... oh, wow. Maybe not. Yeah, we actually lost this one. Everything got on that, Mars. It's just... oh, I had a Juggernaut that was stuck. Wow, got wrecked there. Lost our losing streak, our win streak there. So I need to... there's Shadow Fiend. Awesome. Level 3 Shadow Fiend. That is huge. So now, do we want to just put all the damage, the broadsword, even on? Yeah, probably. Throw this on here. I'll still keep the Void Stone for someone. Yeah, let's go. Let's try to find go to level 8 so we can get a Kunkka level 2. It's probably the best thing to find. Probably easier to upgrade to a Tiny level 3 without finding just one more Tiny. You can probably find 2 more Tinies, not a problem. Yeah, this sucker is just going to dish off a ton of damage. Boom. So yeah, chat's kind of quiet. Any other market-related questions or or anything related questions? I know it's not a lot of people's forte to be watching Dota Auto Chess. Maybe I'll have to start a channel, just playing some Dota Auto Chess. I do like to create content. There's not a lot of content to be created with Dota Auto Chess just besides playing the game, though. I think there's enough like synergies to discuss, though. A lot of times, Amaz and Ceviche don't really do much discussion. They just play, which I think leaves open for a, someone that can actually break down the game. I need to go back to making funky decks. I need to get my just love for Magic reinvigorated, and it's not helping when we have lawsuits pending. especially when my livelihood has a lot to do with Magic the Gathering and selling Magic the Gathering cards. So, you can say something, you can edit in a rant. I love to rant. What can I rant about? See, for me, like, ranting actually is cathartic. It's not something that actually causes stress. I like a good rant. Oh, wow. I need another frontliner so they just don't wipe through my... So this Ghosty is just wrecking us. He went Troll. Troll strategy is a little bit overpowered at the moment. It probably needs a little bit of a nerf. And I think, did Ghosty go Mech Troll? Mech Troll's really good. Yep, Mech Troll. Mech Troll Goblins. One of the best strategies in the game for this mid-level. Alright, so let's get up to 8, just so we can get Kunk in, which will give us a little more. And, see, they're coming through. I don't think I need to protect my front line here. So I'd rather just have all my guys be able to spread out and start attacking early. So let's just go like this. Give Kunkka this Void Stone. So Kunk can get up to using the ult. Ult on Kunkka is very, very powerful. And I think we do want to roll to find... Axe is fine here. I want to find another Kunkka. All those are terrible. Oh, look at all the Marses that all of a sudden came out of nowhere. I don't like Japanese Planeswalkers long-term at all. Here's why. They're coming out in the FNM packs. There's a huge supply of Japanese full arts that are going to... Japanese Planeswalkers, alternate art Planeswalkers that are coming out in FNM promos. So the promo packs they give out for... I guess you should keep calling them FNM promos. They're just store promos. So there's going to be a ton more supply entering the mix. Alright, so there's one Tiny. We need to find another Tiny. There's another Axe, too. Necrophos. Necrophos again. Am I missing a character? I could be throwing a character in it this entire time. Lena. Alright, I think let's throw in another... Hyperstone. Who want to give the Hyperstone to? Probably just the Shadow Fiend. Alright, so we're doing pretty good here. We got some good items hooked up to the Shadow Fiend. Which is one of the higher DPS in the format. And we do need to find that last Tiny, and we do need to find another Kunkka, and I think we're solid after that. Slardar is very, very tempting to go into. Probably could add a huge Doom by now, too. Zeus is not good. Juggernaut. We can take a Juggernaut.
Ready.
Tide Hunter. That one's interesting if we're going... Are we going into mages? Is anyone even transitioning over to mages or tinkers? We might need a Tide Hunter for that, but... I'd rather just keep what we got going for us here. One more. Ooh, Tusk. Yeah, Tusk is a ways away. I'm going to give this up. Link Dagger, too. Let's give it to Tiny. Actually can't use it. It's silent. Alright, 2 people are going Troll too, so they've been fighting for Trolls. Alright, that one's a sound victory. Well, see, that's our problem too with Zach and I were talking about it too with loot crates, like today being talked about in Congress. That's where they're trying to get a bill with loot crates. Like, at what point do they start considering Magic packs as loot crates? That's the really worrying thing for the industry. Because I personally don't want Magic the Gathering to turn into a living card game. I don't like living card games. Oh, I want that Lycan. Think we need to lock it and just bite the bullet for Tinker moving up, or not care about Axe. Let's go with that. Had some pretty terrible rolls here. It's just because I think that a lot of people went Warriors. We need the other warrior person to get knocked out. But we're still doing pretty good. I think we should be pretty close to... Wow, we actually lost that one because of those bounces. Another quarterstaff. Well, that sucked. So there's a troll. We could pick up a troll, add another warrior to the mix. Might just be better than someone we have. There's another Kunkka, perfect. And another Lycan. Oops, I forgot to lock in the Lycan. So let's go here and here. That gets us a Kunkka.
Step lively now.
Perfect.
Your admiral is on board.
And then we can grab this Lycan. And now we can probably start. Let's give Axe. Let's give Juggernaut the. And probably at this point, the quarterstaff here. We'll save this Voidstone for someone. All right, same person again, but this time we're melting through. Perfect. Okay. This one should be doing well.
Yes, lads, we've reached safe harbor.
Oh, is it still too loud? No one has told me it's too loud until right now, huh? Let me turn that down. Oh, somehow it got turned up. That should fix it. Hopefully that works. I don't know how it got turned up here on this end. So now we find 2 axes. I'm just going to transition over to the getting to level 9 and level 10. Sweet. I think we needed the Mithril Hammer there to combine and make the hammer, the big hammer. Hammer time now on Shadow Fiend. Yep, those combine. No, wrong one. Oh, well. Let's go ahead and put a Chainmail. I'm going to put it on Jug since Jug is the one that is blink daggering in. Yeah, well, again, Connor, that if you missed it earlier, I was talking about how that I'm worried about just the regulation aspect coming to Magic, because it gets ridiculous if the IRS wants to do it. If we technically wanted to be as legal as possible, find like, you know, to a T, every time you trade a card is trading monetary value, which you should be charging taxes on or collecting taxes or paying taxes on, which just gets ridiculous in the hobby realm. But they've done it to other hobbies in the past, and it's not a stretch for seeing that massive regulation could come to Magic. And it's not a road we want to go down. So a lot of people celebrating this lawsuit. It's like, yes, I want to get back. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Wizards at times. I understand that. I understand that they do some things that are just outright despicable at times, and they need to be shown a lesson. Like this whole Mythic thing is probably one of those. However, this isn't the Pandora's box you want to open. It's not through litigation that you want this. You just hope that a company will actually make better decisions and not have to be, brought it to the public attention, because this is going to be picked up by, Hasbro getting sued. It's going to be picked up by, mainstream. And it's going to be a black eye. It's going to have attention that we don't want to the game. So we got a little bit unlucky there. Our opponent doomed our Shadow Fiend, and then our Shadow Fiend couldn't get the ultimate off. All right, so let's just go for one of these getting upgraded. There's Tiny. Perfect. Okay, so we got Tiny upgraded. This gives a little bit of leeway. This other Kunkka's better than another Lycan. I didn't notice that. Oh, there's another Lycan back there that I haven't even been noticing this entire time. Ah, jeez, I suck at this game. All right, so we're in good position actually winning this because we have a good matchup versus Ghosty. This other person's probably going to lose pretty soon here. Only 10% left, so they only have 1 loss left, and I'm playing them right here. And if this ult gets off of... here's Shadow Fiend ult. Boom. And they don't really have a way to shut it down. At least this person does. So we just get second with this particular. All right. So we're definitely the driver's seat. A Blades of Attack does not give us anything. We'll give it to, we'll give it over here to. And we're at 62%, so I think we should try to get to level 10 and pick up another piece that's relevant. We can already drop a warrior. We only need one. So we can find just any old piece. Like a Medusa actually might be relevant. No. Unfortunately, we can't go Doom. All right, so get your rolled off before we get Doom. Ah, yeah, we won this one. Perfect. So now I need to see where this person, we need to actually check how our opponent is matching up, because positioning means a lot here. So it looks like we're going to win both of them. Nope. Opponent actually defended, but when we won this. So how is our opponent? It's got the Doom over here. So we need Doom not to take damage. So what do we have hitting Doom? Might need to switch that up. Let's go ahead and go for level 10 to find the better pieces. This is an NPC fight. So how do they got it matched up? We want the bounces not to hit. So we want you as far over here as possible in the future. And probably want to switch up the lichens. We want the lichens over here. No, we want the axe exactly where the axe is. If opponent has the Doom over here. Because they get inverted is how they attack you. Alright, we got a Javelin here. You get a Javelin Ultimate Orb. What is Ultimate Orb even? Ooh, close. Okay, so Ultimate Orb probably on the Kunkka, so we can get that off quick, I would assume. So see where our opponent is. All right, we want Axe right with. We want Axe getting hit by Doom, so it can get the ult off. Yep, that's fine. And we have Shadow Fiend that is as far away as Doom as possible. Hitting the Lycan. We don't want the Lycan getting hit, but that's fine. Oh, I got doomed anyway. Oh no, it already got off the attack though, so I think we're good here. I think we're actually gonna hit this. So how's it doing against our opponent? Wow, we actually lost that. We need to kill. Where's the Troll Warlord? We need the Troll Warlord to get hit. Because the Troll Warlord's doing an insane amount of damage. Okay, so now we're at the max level. We can pick up another Kunkka. I need these to switch over. So you come over here. We need these. Probably like this. See how this matches up. So now this he should teleport back. Yeah, perfect. And start drawing their attention this way. I just can't get over to that troll in time. And unfortunately, we lost by one again because that troll is just too protected. So where's troll? We need to put Juggernaut to dish over another Kunkka. I could go a Razor. That does synergize. Oh, there's another Kunkka. That's a huge upgrade. Don't need to panic yet. So I'm going to put... Where do they have Troll at? Troll is right there at the 4th. So we need to put Troll right here. Disruptor is pretty relevant wherever our opponent puts the Disruptor. Okay, there's no Disruptor out. So we need to... Yeah, we need Jug to jump right onto the Troll. That should actually work. Yep. Could go to the Troll. Perfect. That didn't really distract much, though. Yeah, worse. At least we got some chaining boats. But still, leaving that troll for last is what's killing us. All right, we defended that time.
Yes, lads, we've
But our opponent also defended. Necrophos, Dragonite. Necrophos, do we have any other Warlocks that are relevant? We could go for another Warlock. We need to find Enigma. Enigma is what we actually absolutely do need. Alchemist isn't terrible either. We could drop... We don't want to drop 2 Warriors, but we can drop one of those. Yeah, I don't want to pick up Alchemist. Hey, that's an upgrade. Pretty good upgrade. And we'll hit this Necrophos as well. And still maintain a pretty decent... Alright, we got Disrupt chained here. That's gonna... Oh, we got completely CC'd chained down. That was not good. Still not losing a lot of... So how do I crack this? I'm gonna definitely have to change the positioning. This is an NPC fight here, so... I might actually want to switch back and pull everything back. That actually will be... I still like how it lines up. Might want to switch the troll over to here, though. I don't think I win this battle versus trolls, though. I have a horrible setup against this NPC. Usually need something that does a lot of DPS, like a lot of crowd control damage. I don't know. Maybe we will win this one. Nope. Hope we can get a crit off here and actually kill that. Nope. Both lost, though. So that's at least fair. Alright, so Death Prophet is something we could actually utilize. Juggernaut something we can actually utilize, too. I think we go for Broke here and try to finish this game off. There's another Axe. There's another Necrophos. That gives us... Take away a Lycan. Do we need that Troll? So... Do we actually need Jug? I think Jug's actually the weak link. I'm actually going to move this over. Move both of these over. Gonna be close. Oh look, it is the magic historian. I'm too concentrated on this. I don't even know that horrible, awful human being has joined my stream. Historian. All right, so it can go. Kunkka is almost to level 3. Oh, we want Enigma. Do I want Enigma though over Death Prophet? Because we actually have the Undead. This is a pretty good if we can get Enigma. I'll keep Enigma up here though. Is this the last match though? Troll Kunkka. Oh, there's Kunkka 3! No! I should have been paying attention. Because this should be the final match. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this too. Am I? Nope, it looks like I got through. Yep, actually won it. So we did take this one down. That wasn't as embarrassing as the last matchup. Back up to a night 7. So it's funny, we had one bad matchup go all the way down from night 8 to night 6, and that one really moves us up a rank. But if I would have got that Kunkka 3 and then thrown the Enigma in there too, that would have been pretty good. Anyway, that's all I got for this. I guess we can just chat for a second. Well, maybe if you have any market-related questions, we can talk about the market-related questions. If not, I'm just going to call it a gig here and actually get some work done, because I do have the Rogue Roundup I need to finish today, as well as a bunch of booster box openings for the patrons. I think I'm like 6 deep right now that I'm behind on. The profit or loss is a huge success. Like, people want me to crack boxes, which I don't necessarily get it, but you know, people enjoy the content. I'll keep making it. But yeah. Any specifics? Any market-related specific content? We can have a fast Q&A here. Or we can just insult MTG Purple because no one likes the guy. MTG Historian. What are you a history of anyway? But yeah. So, whew, that was a close game. Give it a good couple more minutes here if there are any questions. If you have any specific things, especially for the rogue market, pretty proud of that. What we've been able to accomplish with the rogue market. We started off with the first 1,000 was very, very quick. First 1,000 subscribers to the rogue market, and then it's really started to slow down. A, because I wasn't very consistent on producing content, and B, because I don't know, it just had that kind of a hiccup there in between November and I would say March. But the past few weeks and the past few days has just been phenomenal with the rogue market. It's just increased exponentially. It's outperforming my main channel. The only time my main channel really gets a lot of views is when I take advice from the Magic Historian and just do clickbait crap like, Rudy got a death threat. Ooh, everyone come look at my video and get 6,000 views for talking about a nonsense thing that didn't happen. Yeah, that's fun to do. Let's just bait people into evoking someone's, the king's name so that people will come click. I guess I'm guilty for that. That's what I'm saying. I'm guilty for that too. Putting, PewDiePie in a tag gets you a bazillion views. So besides that though, like the actual content, we're talking about legitimate content, not clickbait. The rogue market is 100% outperforming the rogue deck builder. So it's where my passion is right now, is actually creating financial content. It's something that I still do on a daily basis. I haven't brewed a deck in God knows when. Even the deck that I'm playing on Arena is just a spin-off of someone else's deck. It's just Dimir Tempo. There's a bazillion Dimir Tempo decks out there. Whatever good card can go in that. How many numbers of Thief of Sandies you're running versus someone else. It's not that big of a difference because all the cards are pretty duh. But anyway, this is a lot more enjoyable to actually create the financial content. Sometimes I can be quite long-winded, but what I've been trying to do with the rogue market is to be more scripted and more researched. And by far my favorite videos are the rogue roundups that I do each week. They are very, very time-consuming though, so it sucks kind of not to be rewarded for your effort on YouTube when you do make a title that says, whatever drama clickbait happens today, and then 50,000 people watch the video, whereas you put your heart and soul into a video of researching the content, creating all the nice little graphics and whatnot. It ends up getting 1,000 views. It feels like a slap in the face or kicking the balls at that point. However, though, it's still fun, and content you should do for yourself. Otherwise you'll get burned out in this industry, because there is a lot of rewarding things about being a content creator, but there's also a lot of just the grind and just the frustration and just the day in the day out of like, okay, what do I have to do today? You have to keep up. Oh, I don't feel like doing it. Well, I have to. It becomes a job at that point. But go back to Dick writing PewDiePie, huh, Mike? That how you gonna treat me after all I've done? We need to stream sometime, Perp. Oh. How was that video on the death threats of Rudy? I don't know. I don't think it happened. I think it's a cop-out. I think people use death threats for when they know they've done something wrong and to try to distract and to try to deflect away from the issue. Like, I think he was getting legitimate criticism. I mean, if you put it out there that you try to manipulate a market and then people call you out on it, and then people find emails that it was just completely misrepresentation of what was going on, and then what do you do? I'm receiving death threats. It just completely detract or deflects any sort of legitimate criticism that could be going your way. So I do like Rudy, but he is self-proclaimed as someone that's shady. He self-proclaims it. So why would I expect any other behavior from a guy than evoking the death threats? That's my opinion. I know I'm gonna get some people that will be pissed off by that, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, I won't invite the entire neighborhood next time. It'll be a one-on-one, just me and you date. We can get candles, we can get roses, we can get chocolates. I don't know, are you into chocolates? What do they eat in Canada? We can get some poutine. Isn't that what they eat in Canada? Some poutine? What is poutine? Is that potatoes and gravy? Fries and gravy? Some nonsense like that? Well, I know, there is legitimate threats. Like I said, there could be and there couldn't be. I could see the scenario going either way. It could happen to where... but again, the timing is just so suspect when you're trying to deflect away legitimate negative attention. You can just evoke that. It's the oldest trick in the book. But anyway, looks like I'm going to be winding down here before I start really getting onto a rant and really getting people pissed off about causing MTG drama. No one's safe. No one is safe in my crosshairs. Friends especially, people that I hold to a higher standard are definitely going to be subject to higher criticism at that point. I know we have a lot of overlap. I don't want this to come off the wrong way. Love the guy. I love what he does. Been very nice and cordial with me. But fried cheese curds and gravy. You Canadians are weird. It's... Ugh. Do you use ketchup on it? Do you smother it with ketchup? So is it fries, gravy, and cheese curds and ketchup? Anyway, I think I'm going to call it. I am parched. Need to get a drink. Chloe, give me a beer. Beer me, Chloe. I've seen other dogs on YouTube do it. How come you can't do it? Worthless animal. But anyway, I'm going to call this a stream. Hope you enjoyed the Dota Auto Chess. Hope you enjoyed just the more laid-back thing. We'll maybe stream in like 2 months or something like we usually do. Have fun.